Hey guys, another Friday again. All right, with me, Coach Courtney. Hopefully sooner or later I get to actually see you guys physically in the gym and not just outdoors. But for now, we have some really creative workouts that Coach Jeff is coming up with for the weekends and also during the week. Who am I kidding? Okay, so tomorrow for Friday, right, July 3rd, we have an 18-minute Amrap. So listen really quickly how this works, all right? You have 3 different workouts. 21, 15, 9, 2 workouts with that 21, 15, 9. Then you have 15, 12, 9, 2 mini workouts with that, right? 2 mini movements, I mean. 12, 9, 6, 2 mini movements, okay? You have to complete the first one in order to get to the second one, in order to get to the third one, and then there's another mini workout or 2 movements to do in the time remaining if you have time left. So it's an 18-minute AMRAP. What you're starting with is 21, 15, 9 of jump squats and devil's lunges. So you'll do 21 jump squats, 21 devil's lunges, 15 jump squats, 15 devil's lunges, 9, 9, okay? After you're done with that first portion, you'll move on. Broad jumps and front rack split squats. 15 broad jumps, 15 front rack split squats. 12, 12, 9, 9. You'll finish that. You'll move on to the last mini portion. 12, 9, 6. 12 sit-throughs, 12 candlesticks, 9 sit-throughs, 9 candlesticks, 6, 6. All right? Now, let's say you complete this whole workout in 10 minutes. That means you have 8 minutes left in the time remaining, okay, completely, to go back and forth, in time remaining, of 30 hollow body flutter kicks and 10 supermans, so for your core, okay? So even if you complete it in 8 minutes, you got 10 minutes of work left. If you complete it in 12 minutes, you have 6 minutes of work left. It doesn't mean anything. That's what the 18-minute AMRAP means, okay? Then we're gonna move on and we're gonna go into a 12-round Tabata, right? So a regular Tabata is 8 rounds. It's 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. This is 12, so we're extending it by 4 rounds, okay? And that will just be straight push-ups. You guys know the deal with Tabata though, right? If you get 8 push-ups on the first round, I want you to get 8 push-ups every single round of 20 seconds. Consistency is always best as an athlete. So make sure, again, if you have to pick a modification to go to your knees, or maybe you do bent over rows because push-ups are not your best movement, then do that, right? Whatever consistency works for you throughout those 12 rounds. Let's get to it, okay? So first, 21, 21, 15, 15, 9, 9. We have a jump squats, right? Jump squats, guys. Hitting below parallel in that squat position. Knees out. Whole foot is touching the floor. Just a little mini up. Doesn't mean you have to jump that far in the air, especially if you're doing this from home and live in a condo. Just a little bit of air time is fine. Making sure, again, we break below parallel. I feel like every time we add in the jump, it gets a little bit crazier. People don't break below parallel. Chest up. That's 3. That's 4. Etc. to 21. Right? Then we're gonna come into the devil's lunge. So you'll just need 1 dumbbell. If you have 2, you could do 2, right? So if you have 2, you'll just be coming from the center, each dumbbell on each side, doing a burpee, coming up with both, right? Lunge, lunge. That is 1 devil's lunge. If you only have 1 dumbbell at hand, right? You'll come down, this comes to the side, right? You'll pick it back up, bring it to the center, here, here, and then you'll switch hands, okay? So again, that's only in 1 devil's lunge. So it's coming up, right lunge, left lunge, okay? And again, make sure you get your chest down for that burpee. After you get through that 21, 15, 9 WOD to start, you'll come to the broad jumps and the front rack split squats. Broad jumps, guys, right? Making sure we set our weight back. The most important thing I want to do, especially coming from a basketball world, is that I land softly. I don't want your knees to crash into the floor. So make sure you land softly. That's a broad jump. Turn back around if you have to, right? Land softly. When you land, right? Knees out when you land, butt back. I always like to give a little bit of a momentum with my hinge when I start before I go into the jump, okay? So 15 broad jumps. Then we have the front rack split squats. So this is going to go two different ways. If you only have really, really, really light weight, right, you could do 15 on the right leg and 15 on the left, all right? If you have a heavier weight, split the 15, okay? So pretend this is a heavier weight, which means I'll be doing 8, and then I'll do 7 on the other leg. So here, coming down, knee touching the floor, coming back up. Staying in that lunge position. Notice I'm not tight roping, right? You come a little bit wider with your front foot to gain that balance. Ball of the foot in the back. You stay there, push through the whole foot in the front. Make sure that knee touches the floor, right? Front rack could be this way. It could also be in the goblet position. If you have 2 dumbbells, obviously 2 dumbbells would be here. After the 8, I switch to the 7. And again, if you're doing body weight and you could go really fast, just make it 15 and 15 on each leg. No big deal. We could always make this work. So you're going to do 15, 15, 12, 12, 9, 9. Get through that workout. Then we have sit-throughs and candlesticks. Some of my favorite stuff, okay? Sit-throughs. Coming into a straight arm plank. We've done these a lot over quarantine. So you're here, coming down, hip through, right? Making sure my hip drops, leg through, say hi, right? Always put your hand up, come back through, right? And make sure you come back to that plank here, or even if you have a little bit bent of a knee, but don't try to go too fast that you miss the movement, right? But again, dropping that hip is gonna be key in keeping that leg up. So each side does count as 1. So 1 sit through, right? 2 sit through, 3, all the way to 12. Then you're gonna come into candlesticks, and there's a couple modifications for this. Hopefully I could do it without weight, right? So the first one, if it's super hard, right? You come here, candlestick, come onto your shoulders, your hand won't be under your lower back, and then you come through here, that's 1. This is the most regressed movement you could do in the candlestick, okay? Next one, I'm gonna try to do it with this. With no weight is pretty hard. If Kristen Decker was here, she would be able to do it, no problem. But you would almost do like an atomic sit-up. So you'd have your weight here, you would come up, come all the way up, okay? So that's 1. Come back down. Weight on your chest. Again, give a little bit of momentum. Bring your feet in, come all the way back up, that's 2. The RX version would be no weight whatsoever. Again, but when you come back up, come back down, weight in your shoulders, get those legs up in the air, and then come up into that squat. It takes strength, it takes mobility, and flexibility to do a candlestick, but it's gonna help you in the long run as an athlete. So again, 12 sit-throughs, 12 candlesticks, 9, 9, 6, 6. Great, first 3 workouts are done. Time remaining, we got those hollow body flutter kicks, right? You guys know the deal. Back into the floor, shoulders up, legs up, hands over your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make sure they're mini kicks and they're not scissor kicks for the flutters, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., to 30. Then you're gonna do 10 Supermans. Turning onto that belly, hands out in front of you, legs behind you. Extend here, right? Arching your forward part of your body so that your lower back gets that movement and your glutes come back down to the floor. All right, doing 10 of those in the remaining time. And again, if there's 6 minutes left, you go back and forth between the 2. Last thing, let's move on. We got the 12-round Tabata. Again, Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. You'll be doing that for 12 rounds, okay? Just push-ups is what you're doing. So again, consistency is key. Hands onto the floor, right? Now, if you are really good at push-ups, you know the deal. Keeping those elbows in tight. Elbow pits always face forward. Just the deck, full extension, right? If you have a problem here, come to your knees. And then the last one would take your weights and work on those bent over rows for your back if you're really bad at push-ups. All right, guys, can't wait to see you tomorrow on Friday. All right, let's get it together for the holiday weekend.